This after party, y'all, it pisses me off. Now, before I start this video, some of y'all don't know about the after party, the dynamics here. Okay, so let me put you on game real quick. The after party is filmed after the season. So keep that in mind as you're watching these episodes. It's all filmed afterwards. So as we get into this episode, make sure you hit that like, you subscribe. Almost to 8,000, y'all. We there. But watching this, it pissed me off. Because everyone is pretending. Everyone is pretending like the conversation that they're having on those couches are in place of at the same time as this season. And knowing what I know now, I'm like, y'all all up there lying. And Keisha, I'm not sure. I would think she's watched all the episodes before the after party, so she know what it is. So seeing her interact with Madison and David, very professional. If you don't know the details of what happened post-season, you would think that she don't either. Okay, if you don't know about the after party dynamics of it being filmed post the season, you would think like, oh, okay, these people are talking about what's happening right now. No, this is after, y'all. This is very much after. So you have Juan, Madison, and David. Okay, and she talks to Juan, sorry, we're going to start with Juan. She talks to Juan about the tantric yoga. And Juan tells us that it's uncomfortable for him having the cameras there. And he felt like old girl wanted to put it on him, the tantric yoga person. So, like I said in my previous video, she was doing too much. When she showed up in the lingerie, nobody from production said, can we get her a sweatshirt? Can we get some leggings? Do you have some other clothes in the car? Why was it okay to put him in this situation for a scene to me? Now, if that was a woman and two men were doing that, do you think that people would have a difference of opinion? Is there a double standard here? But I feel like it was inappropriate. Juan didn't like it. Okay. He could tell she came there for an extracurricular party. All right. Now, she also, is talking to David about the text. And she asks him direct questions. And at first he says he doesn't really regret it. He tells us how there are conversations happening outside of filming that Michelle really says that she really doesn't care anymore. She doesn't care about him. She's over it and she disappears, but we don't see that. We don't see it. And he also talks about the whole text thing. Okay, Keisha's asking him if he's cheating. David feels like Michelle didn't even deserve an apology or the truth. He said, I'm standing on business. I did what I did. I said what I said. But then I think slowly he comes to terms with, I don't know if he's just telling, Keisha what she wants to hear or he really feels this way. And of course, Keisha's asking Madison, what do you think about this whole situation? Keisha is very professional, diplomatic, shows no emotion, shows nothing to give most of the audience the idea that she's seen all the episodes and she knows these two are together. She would have to know, okay? Or at least know what the season, how it ended. She has to know that after, all the episodes and now filming these after parties. But it's interesting to me how all of them sit up there and they fake it. Juan is very diplomatic with his responses when he's asked questions. Madison is just not showing any illusion, any inkling that her and David are together. All right. David with his 2 braids. He got his nose pierced. Okay. I wonder what it was like for them filming this in between commercials. The dynamic between David and Madison, were they just chatty catties? Were they just ooh, because in some ways, Juan to me feels like he's there because he has to as part of his contract. But he's asked questions about this whole dynamic. And he's like, yeah, I'm not saying much about it. All right. But, Madison also talks about this transactional word. And she even becomes emotional on the couch. Talk about how she's had to fight her whole life that I'm more than a pretty face. I'm more than that. Okay. But I just question her character at times. Like, how could you, do what you did? David at least is owning up to it. And I guess in this space, since we're not at that part yet about the texting, and that is the connections that it's Madison, I guess you can't ask her those kind of questions. But even watching as an audience member, as a therapist, I'm just kind of like, girl, how does this connect to people thinking that you are a party girl? You're not a party girl, but at the same time, can women trust you around their mans? Are you the friend that I know now or in the past? My man can't know where you are because you don't snatch him up. Okay, she miss steal your girl, miss steal your man. All right, but it's just like, how could they all sit up there and be lying? I know Keisha's a professional, but they all three of them know what the truth is. And David eventually says, like, he apologizes to Denise. That's my big cousin. I have a lot of respect for her and all the women in my family. So I want to sit up here and I want to apologize to Denise for putting her in that situation. No real apology to Michelle. Yeah, he does take responsibility about he should have handled it a lot better. I'm still like, do you really mean that? It kind of feels like they're just there because they have to do this, but I don't really know. I don't really know if it was a genuine reflection of self, or is it more what you want to hear, what I know you need to hear so I won't look like a totally bad guy. But what do you guys think about Madison sitting up there, not saying much, Juan not saying much, okay, and the dynamics between all this whole thing? It was like, y'all are so fake. Y'all know what the outcome is. You know what it is, yet you're sitting up there pretending. And it makes me think about a lot of these, after parties. The illusion that, things Carla was saying in the first couple episodes about cheating and all of that. But how do you guys feel knowing that the season is done, yet the after party pretends like it's not? David got on his ring. Madison's up there. Juan's up there. But all these people have been checked out of this show for quite some time. But we have contracts. We have things that we're supposed to do. I appreciate Keisha for asking those direct questions. Really, did you cheat? Did you cheat? Very direct, but she's able to balance it by being professional. She knows how to do her job. She's a good host. And I wonder if some of y'all feel like the questions were too direct. So she had asked more from Madison. Juan doesn't really give much. He just there. Okay. But we still have couples retreats. It's still to come. Do you think that it's not right that these after party shows are portrayed as being, during the season, having these people still wear their rings? Even though I remember Emem was not wearing her marriage ring. She was wearing her engagement ring. All right. But it's all fake, y'all. It's all fake. And I wonder if we'll ever really see Madison and David speak the truth. If we'll ever really see Juan choose a side. Juan is so I don't even want to say diplomatic. He just doesn't say much. A lot of these, the cast this season is we signed contracts. We're here. We don't want to get fined. It is what it is. But I'm not going to give you much. I'm going to show up. But this is just, my thoughts on the after party. It's a lot of fakery. Okay? Do you think that David is a trash human being? Do you think that since Michelle never really wanted to be with him, it really doesn't matter? He found his person in Madison. That's all that really matters, that he came on this show for love. and he found it in her versus who he got linked up with. I don't know. In a different world, I would say that this is not the appropriate thing to do, but we've seen him over and over again. And Keisha says, we've seen you be patient, be polite. But then what happened? And once again, where's the same energy for Michelle? I don't know if it's because he's a man versus, Michelle being a woman. Like if there's more just like, you are the one we should have and hold responsibility with. I just don't feel like I get the same energy from the other side. Okay. Is there a double standard? Yes. But I feel like David is very much, in some ways, we got our eye on you. You made these decisions. You were being such a nice guy. And then what happened? Y'all expect him to continue to be patient, polite? For how long? At this point in filming, we were, 15 days away, 14 days away from decision day. So that means 4 weeks at this point? I think 4 weeks. It wasn't going nowhere. So we might feel like he chose himself over continuing to put himself out there for a person who does not want him. Okay. And that person was Madison. Are y'all team David? Y'all team Michelle? But let me know your thoughts, because of course we can get into it. Make sure you hit that like, you subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.